So for our fourth vlog, we will explain about approach which proposed by Thornbury, which call us 3S approach. So what is the 3S, Ira?
The first one is awareness raising. Second one is appropriation.
And the last one is automaticity.
Autonomy lol.
Dari mana
So what is the 3S appropriation, Zila? Appropriation. What is the 3A approach?
Awareness raising,
Yeah.
appropriation, and autonomy.
Yeah. Autonomy.
Yes.
So let's go.
Ready? Yes. Alright, so the title of the poem is The Living Photograph. The what?
The living photograph.
Yes. Okay, so I will read the poem and you guys will repeat after me, okay? Alright. My small grandmother is tall there.
My small grandmother is tall there.
Straight back, white broderie, and glass shirt.
Straight back, white broderie, and glass shirt.
Pleated skirt, flat shoes, grey bun.
Pleated skirt, flat shoes, grey bun.
So the second question, Ain, please.
The grandmother had become senile. How do you know this? Teacher, I didn't answer.
Why? Why didn't you answer?
I didn't understand the word senile.
Alright.
Senile because of the meaning.
Okay.
So senile is like, okay, I will use them. Nyanyuk, you know nyanyuk? Yes, when the old grandmother, they already become old, so they tend to forget things. Right, so the first approach in Thornbury's theory is the awareness raising.
Yes.
Okay, so this awareness raising is to help students to fill in the gap in their knowledge, right? And it is also it helps the students to reconstruct their mental representation. Yes.
This concept is derived from cognitivist theory, which argues that conscious awareness is necessary in order to restructure the learner's mental representation.
So it's all about mental process, right?
Then there are three processes involved. The first one is attention, second one is noticing, and third one is understanding.
And it will further explained by Bibi.
So there are three processes that are involved in awareness raising. So there are three, which is attention, noticing, and understanding. So as we know that attention is when the student learn, they need to pay attention, being alert in the class to notice the features of the target skill. And the second one is noticing. The student needs to notice, they need to be conscious in class and they need to notice the absence of something. They need to notice the gap. And the last one is understanding. So the student needs to acknowledge something. They need to know the learning skills and all of that. So I think that's all.
Okay, so next is about the language features which can relate to awareness raising. So based on our teaching aid, mostly the teacher use two types of language features in awareness raising, which are communication strategies and intonation and stress. First, communication strategies. The teacher taught about poem, right? The living photograph, and the teacher read the poem and followed by the students. So that's how the teacher use the communication strategies to taught the students. And the other is stress and intonation. So when we talk about poem is very, we can relate poem with intonation and stress, because there's like their own reading strategies to read poem correctly. So the students also can learn from that. And
So we will go next to the second approach, which is appropriation.
appropriation.
Okay, so appropriation, it actually refers to a learning skill through collaborative construction that involves behavior, mental process, and social interaction. So it is also the process of from other regulated to self-regulated. And third one is, it is about making something one's own and gaining progressive control of a skill. And last one is practice control.
What is practice control?
So control is the objective of practice and not a condition for practice.
Okay, so we go to how we can relate this approach appropriation with our teaching aid video
In the last
in
video.
the last video, in the last vlog. So there are many types of activities in appropriation, such as drilling and chants, read aloud, communicative tasks, writing tasks, and so on. And one of the activities applied in the teaching aid by the teacher is reading aloud.
Yes.
Since it is about poem, the living photograph, so the teacher read the poem aloud, so the students can follow the teacher. And the teacher also used supra-segmental features of pronunciation, such as intonation, stress, since poem is related with their own intonation to make it more clear and interesting.
Alright, so the third approach in Thornbury's theory is the autonomy. Okay, but this autonomy is not included in the video. We cannot detect any autonomy inside. Yeah. But we will be explaining of what autonomy is. So what is autonomy, Zila?
Autonomy is the capacity to self-regulate performance. The learner will try to control their learning. So before performing and speaking tasks, they will try to prepare themselves to control what they will perform.
I see.
And some examples of autonomous activities are presentation and talks, stories, drama, and discussion and debates. Yeah, and that's
I
the
see. Alright, so moving on, I will be talking about the characteristic. Okay, so there are three.
characteristic of skilled performance.
Yes.
Performers.
Yes. So there are three obvious characteristics. So the first one is speed. Okay, in this autonomy concept, the learner tend to work fast, right? So the first one is speed. Second one is anticipation. So in anticipation, the learner will tend to think and plan ahead.
Before the performance.
Yeah, before the performance. And the last one is accuracy. So accuracy is when the learner reject and detect errors. Yes. So that's all.
That's all for autonomy.
울고 싶지 않아